Good day, everybody. Welcome to Where Knowledge is Power, MMW Motivational Midway Wednesday. This is your girl Reg, and I'm coming to you from Perth. Like I will always say, life is good, God is great, and situations are awesome. When we go through a situation and challenges in life, they do three things that make you unbeatable, unbreakable, and undefeatable. This is the African story.
Same way about me, So I'm a little bit protective over him, and we're super super close. Like we do a lot together. We talk to each other a lot about so many things. So it's not strange that we will talk about his relationship.
Okay. So it's the closeness that makes you so protective. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on top of that, there was a few comments made earlier about Chioma having been on Backchat and your perception of her, and you fed that through to Paul. Paul did bring it up in the sessions. So can you explain that to us?
I mean, literally the whole world watched the show. You could see how Choma, like, you could get an idea of the kind of person Choma is. It wasn't
a good woman.
So, there's not much to say about that. I'm sure everybody feels the same way I feel about her.
Okay. So how do you feel about Chioma at this very moment?
I just feel like she's super disrespectful. She is a bad example of like a woman, should I say? Because
Wow.
I don't know. The way she just comes across is like she's just so aggressive.
Tola, sorry to cut you. Apologies to cut you. As you know, Chioma is here, and this feels like more of a personal conversation. I know we're on the platform, but I think it's best that you speak to Chioma directly.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pass the phone over to her.
Hi, Tola.
Hi, Chioma. You right?
I'm fine. You called in to...
Yeah, so I called in because I feel like I've tried to have a conversation with you several times, and it just doesn't work. So
You've tried to have a conversation with me about what exactly?
About just our relationship, just me and you, as someone that Paul cares about.
You're his sister. I was his girlfriend. I don't understand. We're not in the same boat. Does that make sense? You're a relative. I'm his girlfriend.
Okay, you're his girlfriend, that's fine, but remember I was here first. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is my whole brother.
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're coming into the family, I have a responsibility as much as anybody else, any other member of my family, to make sure that whoever is coming in is worthy of coming into our family.
Wow.
Do you understand that?
Now let me let you know something. I don't really know how you wanted us to work, but you only ever spoke to me about your children. Do you understand that? You only ever dropped your kids over to my house. Those were the only conversations we had. And anytime you wanted to speak to me about how I dressed, it was very negative. So what exactly are you talking about?
Right, so, okay, let's give a scenario then. Family party, how we do, food, jollof, whatever. And it's like, well, obviously that's your girl.
Yeah.
But it's the whole family there. Is Deborah coming or not?
I think that's a conversation for me and Deborah to be had.
No, ask the question though.
Wait, really?
Because I just really
Personally, now, it wouldn't make sense. But obviously, as time goes on, I'm sure we have that conversation, right?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So if it happens, it happens.
If it happens, it happens.
Okay.
Literally, you just never know what tomorrow brings. That's what it is.
Fair enough. Now, sorry, Jamal, not to put you in hot water here.
Yeah.
But there's just this elephant in the room, and this is some huge 4-hour conversation. At the end of the day, we all watched it on the episode where you were hesitant towards telling Denise something, and it's like, what's going on? What is it? You had a 4-hour conversation with your ex.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the nation and all the people watching this, we're not quite privy to that conversation. We don't know what quite happened. So are you ready to talk about that?
I don't think I really want to open any wounds.
No, go on. It's all right.
Yeah.
We've moved on, so...
I guess so.
4 hours is a very long time. Let's just be frank. We all know that.
Tell me about it.
We're trying to be fair here. This is your platform. What happened in those 4 hours?
So, in those 4 hours, we spoke for about 3.5 hours, to be exact. And then one
guys,
thing kind of led
right.
to
You
another.
guys
It
just
kind of
saw
got
that video, and those videos were spot on, right? That was between Jamal and Deborah, and then, Chioma and Paul. So this is the whole blue therapy aftermath, okay? So let's start with Jamal and Deborah. You can see, the trust issues, they're saying something else, but the body language is saying something else. Jamal is saying that we're together, and Deborah is saying that we are trying to figure things out. There is just so much going on with these two. The insecurity is still there. Obviously, Deborah still feels insecure that whenever things happen, Jamal is going to turn back to his ex. And Jamal still feels insecure that whenever things happen, Deborah is going to cheat. There is a lot of things going on there. A lot of insecurities, a lot of things to work on, and most importantly, a lot of trust issues. Men, if you are with a woman, be with her, okay? If you're with her, be with her. If you're not with her, be without her, okay? When you're in a relationship with a woman, do not bring your ex in the picture. If you think your ex is better than her, break up with her and go back to your ex. Because it's very traumatic to know that you are with a man and he is having a discussion with his ex that he shouldn't be having a discussion with. That's why they're called exes, okay? Past. Your ex should remain in your past and not in your future. When you bring your ex into your future, it's going to destroy everything. It's going to disrupt everything because that's not where they're meant to be. They're meant to be in your past. So this is a warning for men. When you're dating a woman, stay away from your ex. If you want to be with your ex, go be with her. Do not cause that woman trauma or that girl trauma by talking to your ex when you should be talking to her. Because when you bring your ex in the picture, whenever you and your girl have a relationship or your woman have a relationship, you will be running to your ex for moral support that you shouldn't be running to. And obviously, if you guys are spending more time on the phone and talking, history is going to pop up. And when history start to pop up, you start to reminisce and you start to think about it, and that is temptation to get you to do things that you shouldn't be doing. So bottom line is, stay away from your ex. Also, the question that the therapy asked Jamal, when your family is having a celebration and everybody is there, is Deborah going to come? Are you going to take Deborah? How complicated is that question, right? This is the woman you love, the woman you care about, the woman that you see a future with. Why wouldn't you be taking her to your family gathering? I mean, if you love her so much, if you think she's worth it, she's valuable, and she's capable of being your better half in the future, you should be taking her to your family gathering. But he was like, oh no, I think this is a discussion that Deborah and I should be having. That's not complicated. It's either you don't see this woman as your potential in the future, or you don't see her as your wife, or you don't see this relationship going anywhere at all. That's why you wouldn't introduce her to your family. And if I was Deborah, for me that would be a red light to Deborah to say, like, you know what? I think it's about time I stop working on things that don't need to be worked on and just find somewhere else to go. Because if a man feels so strongly about you but can't introduce you to his family, there is something wrong about it. Yeah, that's just me. However, bottom line is, if you were to ask me, I don't think Jamal and Deborah are going to go anywhere in the relationship. If we were to check back on them in the next few months to come, they would have already broken up. That's just me. Okay, so let's go to Chioma and Paul. This is great. This is great. So if you don't know already, Chioma and Paul have broken up. Yay! I knew they were going to break up. Why? Because Paul is full of himself. Paul is too much. Paul is too insensitive. Paul is over-righteous. Paul is overqualified. Paul is a people pleaser, and Paul is very arrogant. So I had a feeling that, Chioma and Paul, they wouldn't make it that far, because no woman wants to be with a man who can't defend her. Why do you think Paul and Chioma broke up? Number one, because of his inability to defend her. That's just my suspicions. And number two, because of family interference. Number three, his insensitivity. Let's talk about number one for a bit. No woman wants to be with a man that can't defend her. No woman wants to be with a man that he can't defend her. When it comes to his family, he wouldn't defend her. To his friends, he wouldn't defend her behind her back. No woman wants to be with such a man. She would be with you temporarily, but once she feel like, this is too much, she's going to walk away, because women are meant to be protected. If you are not protecting your woman in front of your family or your friends or behind her back, you know what? She's gonna find somebody who will. So men, if you find a woman you want to settle down with, you need to protect this woman. You need to protect her from everything that come along, especially when you know she has so much things to offer to you, or else you're gonna lose her. Number two, family interference. How much is too much of family interference? You can see Paul's sister talking to Chioma on the phone saying like, oh, he's my brother, and any woman who is dating him, I have to make sure that the woman is worthy to come into family. My goodness, who are you to determine if somebody is worthy or not? It's your brother's choice. Let him make his mistake and learn from his mistakes. No need for you to interfere in the relationship and causing the girl trauma. Remember that you are a woman yourself. When somebody interferes too much, or your sister-in-law or your mother-in-law interfere too much into your relationship, you're not going to like it. Just common sense. Put yourself in Chioma's position. If somebody interfere that much in your relationship, how will you feel? This is the question for you men and for you women. How much of a family interference is too much in your relationship? And I just want to bring this up. It's something that I've seen very often. When it comes to boys, you know, their mothers or their sisters are very or overly protective of them. Okay, I don't see any reason, but they are. When a girl is dating a boy, that boy's family or his mother or his sister feel like that girl should automatically become, a slave. She should automatically be a slave. Whatever they want her to do, that's what she must do, and she's not allowed to ask any question or whatever they want from her. That's what she should do because she wants the boy. There is this possession that they have over their brothers or over their sons that is not really good, because if you are too possessive about your son that much, or your brother, you are going to make him lose a valuable relationship that should have helped him in the past. And I've seen this so many times, especially with Africans, okay? African mothers and African sister-in-laws are so involved and they pick on every little thing when it comes to a girl dating their brother or a girl dating their son, They just want her to be a slave. Cook for them, clean for them, buy them gift, give them things. If that girl doesn't do it, she become a bad person. That's not cool. There is a limit. I'm not saying that you should not be involved in your son's life or in your son's relationship. What I'm saying is take a step back and ask yourself, am I being too involved in my son's relationship that is going to cost him his relationship? Am I being too involved in my brother's relationship that is going to cost him his relationship? Put yourself in a position. If I were in this same shoe and somebody's doing that to me, am I going to stay in that relationship or am I going to walk away? These are questions for African mothers and for African sister-in-laws who are too involved in their brother or their son's relationship. Take a step back and think, okay? Because your being too involved is going to cost that your son to lose his friendship or his relationship or his marriage that would have resulted in something potential. That's just it for me. And we need to just take a step back and think and say, okay, oversensitivity or insensitivity. Insensitivity is a problem, man. Insensitivity, when you become too insensitive to a woman's feelings, she's telling you something but you're not taking it. Guess what? She's gonna walk away because you're not supporting her emotionally. So my question for you men, my question for you women, how much of a family interference is too much when it comes to your relationship?